That's the leading online political forum in Nigeria. My name is Deborah Yusuf, and I am here today with engineer Debo Onifade. He's the author of Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Winning Elections and Reviving Our Country, with foreword from Mr. Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria. He's also the founder of Nigeria's #1 online political forum. That's www.liberatingnigeria.com. This book is available on Amazon, and in Nigeria, you can order online from dolon.ng, rhbooks.com.ng, or simply email liberatingnigeria@gmail.com. liberatingnigeria@gmail.com to make inquiries about the book and, of course, place an order for the book. The free book is also available on Amazon Kindle Unlimited, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by simply clicking the subscribe button below, and ensure to register on www.liberatingnigeria.com to join our movement to revive Nigeria together. Our vision is to enlighten, organize, and influence 5 million first-time voters by 2023 and 20 million by 2027. Welcome to the show, Engineer Onifade.
Thank you so much. Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get onto it. A lot has been happening lately, especially in Edo State. Last week we were talking about godfatherism and how it has affected the incumbent governor, talking of Governor Godwin Obaseki. But things took a different turn, and it's just few weeks to the forthcoming election in the state. Over the week, there was news of policemen and other security officials at the entrance of the Edo State House of Assembly, restricting lawmakers from entering the building. But then I went through news reports, and I got conflicting reports from two members of the House. Now, according to the Speaker, that's Frank Okiye, no one was stopped from entering the building. But then the spokesperson of the governor, that's Osage, he said they were stopped from entering the building. So it's now a very difficult situation for the citizens of Edo State, and of course Nigerians at large, and who to believe on what's really going on in Edo State. And then some people are of the school of thought that it is Adams Oshiomhole that is behind everything, that he is doing everything within his best to oust Godwin Obaseki and make sure that he doesn't take up the seat again as governor of the state. Don't forget that the deputy speaker was also impeached. And there's reports at this morning that the speaker has also been impeached by a 17 member of the state who are pro-Oshiomhole. So I don't know. I don't know if I should say Edo State is in a deep state of confusion right now. What do you have to say about this?
So it's very interesting. A lot of my friends from Edo State, they're not happy that their state is suddenly very popular. For something like this, but it's fun. It's fun. I don't support Obaseki's style. Some people have asked me, is this the kind of falling out that you talked about in your book? Like I'm okay with governors falling out with their godfather. I'm fine with that, and I actually advocate for that. In my book, I've consistently said that if you get a chance to be sponsored by Godfather, take it, become the governor, and when you become governor or whatever, it is your duty to put people first ahead of the Godfather. I'm not saying you should not collaborate any longer with Godfather, but you should put people first. It's just like when people say, oh, when you're offered money before elections, should you collect it? I know I'm on air. I don't know if I should be saying this, But my view is collect the money if you are poor, but vote for the right person. So if they come to your school, to your area, and they want to give you 10,000 naira before the elections, take it. But when you get to the polling booth, vote for the right person. And the reason I'm asking people to take it is because if you haven't eaten in the last 1 or 2 days, you are in poverty, you desperately need to eat or feed your kids, you don't have money to feed your kids, and some politicians bring 5,000 naira to your home, I don't understand how I'm going to tell that person not to accept the money.
Take the money.
To eat, to provide food for the 2-3 days for his family. But what I'm appealing, or what I need from that person is to say, is for him or her to still go ahead and vote for the right person. Now get back to, and this is comparable with also Godfather. If you have a Godfather, take it. Don't say no. But when you get to power, you put people first. But I'm not advocating for you to start fighting your Godfather like a ruffian, the way Obaseki has done. That's not what I advocate. You can disagree with your Godfather, let him know, continuously negotiate. But for you to try to run a state with about 14, I think so, minority. He has run the House of Assembly with minority for years. And every time the Senate tried to take control, he took them to court. He used the court system a lot to fight Abuja, fight Oshomole, to fight everybody. And he comes on TV and he says, I'm the only one, myself and the deputy governor, we're the only ones that have immunity. If they want violence, we'll show them violence. I mean, how can you be talking like that, you know? And he calls him, no, so that's not the kind of progressive I'm talking about. That's not the, you know, when people ask me about, well, give me an example of the politician you have painted in your book. The number one is Akeredolu. Super politician. He knows how to roll with Jonathan, Buhari, Jacob Zuma, everybody. He's going to be elected second time unopposed. He's been able to work with lions, with a lot of good and bad people all around the world. And he's an Obasanjo boy from the beginning. I mean, when people talk about Godfather, Obasanjo is Akeredolu's number one Godfather. And then got him a job with Jonathan. He didn't fall out with Jonathan. Nice. Even when Jonathan was firing Obasanjo's people, Akin retained his job. When he wanted to become the leader, he had to collaborate with Buhari. Atiku was dispatched to Abuja to talk to Jacob Zuma on his behalf. So you look at Atiku, Buhari, Jonathan, Jacob Zuma, Obasanjo, all of them have corruption issues. But they all worked with Akeredolu. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about collaboration. You can remain good, but you must find ways to collaborate with different types of people. Now, for Obaseki, he's done opposite of what Akin has done. He's fought everybody. How can you be a governor and all the senators in Abuja, all the APC leaders in Abuja, the senators, House of Rep, majority of the local house, your former governor, majority of the people in your local government, most of these people are against you. How can you call yourself a good politician if you are behaving that way? So for me, my view is anybody that is touting violence, that is talking arrogantly, I will never support that kind of person. And to talk quickly about what you saying Oshomole probably caused it. Now, Oshomole is
I wanted to ask if should a politician falling out with his godfather, should that be the reason why the godfather should become rogue and go beyond out of control?
Well, the godfather has a right to defend his territory. And he's an Edo man. So if he was from another state, we could say, oh, calm down. He's a stakeholder.
Okay.
He's an Edo man. And he ran the state for 8 years. If he has somebody that is trying to, just like Lagos State, Tinubu removed Ambode when Ambode wasn't doing well, and there's nothing bad about that. If Obaseki had played his cards well, look at Akeredolu in Ondo State. He wasn't Bola Tinubu's first choice, but he has found a way to play his cards well, and now he's the APC flag bearer. He's even collaborating with all the Olushola, all the other people against him. They are now trying to work together. He's on the same side with Buhari. He's on the same side with Tinubu. They are trying to work together. That is what I'm talking about. Politics it's a game of numbers. It's about compromises. Aketi was not on Tinubu's side 4 years ago, and I think Tinubu probably has the power to have removed him this time, but they found a way to work together. And APC now has a higher chance of winning Ondo elections because of that collaboration. Now, they can still lose, but they have a higher chance of winning because of collaboration, because of unity. That's what I'm trying to say. So Obaseki also could have found ways to manage the relationship with Oshomole. He didn't need to have everybody on his side. But if you can get 60% on your side based on good relationship, he could even have won the primaries against Oshomole's exactly. So it's not people talk as if godfathers are mini gods. No, godfathers can be defeated. Tinubu's candidate in 4 years ago in Ondo State was not Akeredolu, and Akeredolu beat Bola Tinubu's candidate. So sometimes godfathers can be defeated, and you can do it. You just have to find the right way to do it. If you don't do it right, then it's not good for you. So now, the House, I actually thought they would have done this months ago, and I must give credit to Oshomole and Co. In previous times, if you have majority of the House members ousted, they usually fight back. Normally that's what has happened in Nigeria in the past. But these guys were quiet for a long time. They allowed.
So why just few days to the election? Why didn't they do with this before?
I don't know why. In Nigeria, this would have happened 1 year ago. But they were more civil than Obaseki. They went to court. The Senate was going to take over the House. Obaseki kept going to court. I've listened to some lawyers say that some of the court judgments were ridiculous, but they obeyed the laws. So now, I think what triggered it now is because you had a deputy speaker among the 14. So you know what's happening now? Even Obaseki is losing some of the 14 people that were loyal to him before. So he had 17 people that were out. Now he's now lost a few from the people that were loyal to him. And I think that's the trigger. At that time, maybe 17 became more. Or the other people, their numbers grew. And they felt, you know what? We have even greater numbers now. Let's take over the House. I don't know about the right or wrong in that. I don't support but my own is more of, my view is more of, I want to focus on my message, which is, if you want to become a governor tomorrow, and you think Obaseki, I don't care whether he wins the election or not. This style is a bad style. He could go ahead to win, but this is not a good style. He's not going to do well, even if he wins. Because let me tell you what has happened. At PDP, people must have asked him very strongly, we're giving you the ticket. Are you going to do the same thing that you did to Oshomole? He would have had to assure them that, no, I'm not going to do that. And I think one of the things they might do for him is to get a lot of skin in the game, get a lot of power. So if he wins the election, he's going to be fighting PDP again for another 4 years. So that's not something that works. It's the reason why Edo hasn't progressed in many ways, because he has spent more time fighting. I think we should spend more time collaborating, more time finding ways to work together than fighting.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a better situation for the people of Edo State should Ize-Iyamu emerge governor. because he will definitely also want to be faithful to his godfather. And we know who that is that got him the position. So I think Edo State, the people of Edo State are just caught between two bad options now. Yes.
So I don't
just
want
caught between two bad options.
So for me, I don't want to. This is a message I've been trying to preach. I don't like when people use the term godfathers in Nigeria only in negative terms. We will mature enough to get to a point where we may not need it, but there are godfathers everywhere. You know, you cannot become a WTO, you cannot become a UN Secretary General without having some sponsors. You can't become FIFA president or CAF president without having some sponsors. So Nigerians need to understand that word is not necessarily negative. Let's focus on what they do.
Okay.
If a godfather is asking you for money against people, that's bad. If a godfather is asking you to give contracts to incompetent companies, that's bad. Let's regulate it. Let's find ways to regulate it. If a godfather is asking you to do illegal things, we should fight that. But if a godfather, Buhari did not get there without sponsors. There is no, you understand, he tried election 3 times, thinking that he could ride on his own personal popularity. But you know what? In 2015, he changed. He worked with more people, bad people that he considered bad, people he normally would not have wanted to work with. He even collaborated with people like IBB. I learned that he had to give assurances to some of those senior military guys that don't worry about it, I'm going to leave you guys. So, you know, but back to this point, I've studied Ize-Iyamu. I don't think he has a good past. He worked with Lucky Igbenido. He's part of the Lucky Igbenido's family. He's part of the establishment. So I'm not really optimistic that he's a greater candidate, but I think he's going to do well in the area of collaboration.
Okay, we hope so.
If he can make a decision to help his people, he has a goodwill. He has he has broader political support. And let me tell you, broader political support enhances your performance if you can use it rightly. Now, why do you think that in America a president sometimes is looking at opinion poll and things like that? What is my party saying? If you have good political broad support, then you can be more decisive. You can take some risky decisions, like if you want to clamp down on some corrupt practice, you can do some things and you get away with it because you have some politicians behind you. So with Ondo people, if Ize-Iyamu wins, Edo people just have to be hopeful that he will choose to put people first. And if Godwin wins, we just have to hope that they will put people first ahead of all these nonsense fights. I wish there was a strong third candidate. Unfortunately, at this time, I don't see any strong third candidate. I would have preferred supporting that third. I would have preferred a scenario where we are talking more about that third candidate. Unfortunately, there is none, and that's why I hope that parties will come together. Other non-APC and PDP will have a third force before 2023 that can win some governorship elections.
Well, at the end of it all, the power of voting in the right person remains in the hands of the Ondo people. Thank you so much for your time, Engineer Onifade. I appreciate you so much. Thank you too for watching the show today. Don't forget that you can place an order for the book, Liberating Nigeria, a guide to winning elections and reviving our country, with forward from Mr. Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria. On Amazon Kindle device, you can install a free Amazon Kindle app on your Android or Apple phone and simply place an order for the ebook. And if you're in Nigeria, you can order online from delon.ng or rhbooks.com.ng or simply email liberatingnigeria@gmail.com to make inquiries about the book and of course place an order. And you can also buy from booksellers in Ibadan, Abuja, Abeokuta. These are places in Nigeria. And in Lagos, you can buy at Glendora Bookstore, at Ikeja City Mall, Pataba Books at Sule Mall, and Robin Heights Bookstore at Sowore, and of course Lateran Assembly Bookstore in Ogba, Lagos. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by simply clicking the subscribe button below, and follow us on Twitter, on Facebook at Liberating Nigeria. Don't forget to also register on the platform www.liberatingnigeria.com. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.